Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we've got My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 69 on deck. It's called An Unpleasant Talk. And I have a little bit of a feeling I think I know where this is going. But let's talk about kind of what we know so far. So what we know so far is there obviously a couple of the students are out and they are doing the work studies. We have Midoriya is on a work study with Sir Night-Eye. And obviously they're patrolling and they're doing like this secret mission where they're basically trying to gather information about Overhaul. And so while doing that, they were basically casually out there walking the street and bumped into Overhaul's. He called it his daughter, but essentially his test subject, this little girl that they are using. And she was extremely scared. She obviously didn't want to be with Overhaul. She wanted to be rescued, but she knew what he can do, and we've kind of seen a bit of it where he can, like, I don't know, he almost kind of has like Shigaraki's ability where he like touches people and then they like dissolve, but his was like he touched the guy and they explode. So she was nervous that he was going to basically create a big commotion about it and he was going to get violent. So she ended up going back with him, and that just has not sat well with Midoriya at all. Midoriya has just been wrestling with it, and you've seen it a little bit last episode. Towards the end of the episode, we kind of saw him in the classroom where he just couldn't focus because his mind was just wandering off to that moment. And like I understand it, like it's tough. And I think we talked about it 2 episodes ago where it's like sometimes it's we naturally as humans want to not think about the good stuff but think about the bad stuff. So we want to we we tend to focus on everything that we can't control, right? Like in a way he could control that situation, but not necessarily, right? He was put in a very tough situation. He's still a rookie. He's still new at this. So it's not like he could have just, I think naturally you want to just be like, I'm a hero. Let's save people, right? And it just isn't always that simple, right? There's more to that. There's layers to that. It's deep. It's much deeper than that. And I think that he's struggling with that thought because in his mind, he thinks that he could have saved her, essentially. So, but anyways, guys, we also last episode kind of had the episode where we got to see a little bit of the other students and what they're doing in their work studies as well. We saw Red Riot, we saw Uryu, we saw um what's her name? Why am I forgetting her name? Um Sue. And so we saw them kind of in their work studies. And I think that all these guys are now going to be grouping up because Sir Night has kind of been reaching out to other agencies to assist on this project that he's got going on. So that's where we kind of left off. The reason I'm kind of saying I have an idea, a little bit of an idea on this whole title of an unpleasant talk, is I feel like it's got to do with Midoriya having an unpleasant talk about him not sitting right with Sir Night plan. Just kind of my guess based off of that title. So, but anyways, guys, we're gonna go through the YouTube and the Patreon stuff real fast, and then we're gonna get into the episode. So, real fast, obviously, if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. We'd love to have you guys join the channel here. And then also, if you haven't already seen, well, we got Patreon. um, Patreon, you can join us over there, guys. We do My Hero Academia is every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Bleach is on Fridays for the YouTube schedule. Over on Patreon, guys, we are usually a week to 2 weeks out early. So you can join us over there and you can get this early if you don't want to wait. And you can also get it all uncut, no editing, full raw reaction. So consider joining us over there, guys. And if you're already over there, shout out to you, man. Appreciate the hell out you. All right, let's get into this, guys. Sorry, my mind is all over the place today. Just new schedule. Kids are, almost out of school. Summer's coming up. Work's been chaotic this week. So just a lot going on. And then I don't remember if Todd mentioned it in my last video I did, but I started this fasting. So I've been fasting now, and I'm feeling the effects of it. I'm starving is what it feels like, but it's basically a 72-hour fast where basically I'm drinking nothing but water, and then I am allowed to have protein shakes just to intake some protein. So since I'm still working out and I'm still lifting weights and such, to maintain the muscle, but that's pretty much it. And so I'm definitely feeling the effects of it, and I'm feeling tired, but that's also because I slept terrible last night. So the heat's cranking up where I'm at right now. And so I'm like tossing and turning all night because it's just like hot as hell. But anyways, enough about all that. Let's get into this, guys. Let's go. This is My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 69, An Unpleasant Talk.
Midoriya, good morning. Are you headed off to your work study too? Cool, so am I.
Yeah, I finally got called in again. Feels like it's been forever. I wonder why they said not to wear our costumes, though.
Oh! Good morning, guys. You going in today?
Yeah.
Oh, so are we. That's kind of weird.
Hey, us too. Want to walk to the station together?
Please! I mean, if you don't mind.
We appreciate it.
What's with all the heroes?
Wait, we're going the same way? I thought you were working in Kansai.
Usually, yeah, but I guess we're meeting someplace different today.
What a coincidence, us too.
Everyone's on the same train. Going to the same station. What in the world? What's going on? Gran Torino? And Mr. Aizawa? The Dragoon
So they're
hero
bringing everybody
Ryukyu.
in.
The BMI hero Fat Gum. Lock, Kasagiri Man, and Mr. Brave? All these incredible people in the same room.
Dude, they got a lot of heroes
From
we
big shot
have not
pros to
even
more minor local
seen
heroes.
yet. Or
This
met.
is amazing! Whatever's happening, it must be big.
Hey, what's the scoop? What's going on? Talk to me, Ryukyu. I mean, I know you said there's a meeting, but what's it about?
Patience, Nejire.
You too, Mr. Aizawa?
I'm confused. Why are you here?
I was called in last minute for this thing. I think I've got a rough idea of what it's about.
You should too. Remember what I told you, girls?
It's about the new case.
We're all here, Night Eye. Let's get started.
Thanks to the information provided
Well,
by
there's
all
a guy
of you,
next to
our
him.
investigation has
Got, like, the head
progressed
of an ant.
substantially. We've invited you all here for a joint conference to share the intel we've acquired regarding the Yakuza group Shie Hasaikai and what we believe they might be planning.
So maybe the unpleasant talk is
All
this
right,
group
let's
chat.
begin at the beginning. For the past couple of weeks now, those of us at Night Eye Agency have been conducting an investigation into Shie Hasaikai, a small but organized group of criminals.
What prompted this?
An accident involving a gang of thieves called the Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I heard about that.
The police thought the whole thing was an accident, but there were a number of details that didn't add up, so we began tailing them.
In my capacity as a Night Eye Agency sidekick, I began following leads to
Centipeter.
see what I could uncover.
Okay, not an ant,
I
but a
found that in
centipede.
the past year, the members of Shie Hasaikai have increased contact with those outside of their organization, including other groups whose business dealings are less than reputable. Their aim seemed to be expanding their organization and enriching its coffers. Shortly after our investigation began, they made contact with a member of the League of Villains, Jin Bubaigawara, villain name Twice. They were wary of being tailed, so I was unable to follow them. But with the help of the police, I confirmed that an altercation had occurred between the two groups.
That'd be about when they decided to reach out to Sukauchi and me. Figured we'd be able to assist given the League's involvement.
Where is Sukauchi?
Follow-ups
Damn,
with
he's
some
got a
other
deep voice.
eyewitnesses. You know,
I did
cop
not
stuff.
expect that.
Sorry, kid. I didn't see something like this coming. I've got a bad feeling that things are about to get ugly.
Does anybody want to tell me why a bunch of high school kids were invited to this conference? I don't care if they are from UA. If we have to keep stopping to explain this stuff, we'll never get to the actual plan.
Don't say that! These two have important information to pass along!
We do?
I want to go home.
Anyway, I see a lot of new faces, so let me introduce myself. Nice to meet you. I'm Fat Gum.
He's so cute and squishy.
Ha! Who wants candy?
Hasaikai's
wants
movements
candy?
are hard to trace, but we suspect one of their main sources of income is illegal drug sales. So I requested help from heroes who have some expertise in that area.
Oh yeah, he said something about catching smugglers.
Yup, I brought in my fair share of drug dealers back in the day. And at Red Riot's debut fight, he proved he could too. Tamaki was shot, and the bullet contains some kind of drug I've never heard of before. One that destroys quirks.
Destroys quirks.
Oh, what? Tamaki, you're okay, right?
Yeah, the stuff wore off while I slept. Here, look. I've got this cow hoof and everything.
Guess we know what you had for
So
breakfast.
random.
I'm glad to know the effects aren't permanent, at least. So this stuff doesn't zap a quirk for good.
No. But Eraserhead has some further insight.
It doesn't seem to function exactly like my erasure does, since I'm not actually attacking the quirk directly. What we call a quirk is an extraordinary addition to an ordinary human body. Those additions are collectively referred to as quirk genes. I can shield those genes and temporarily block their expression, but I don't actually damage them.
But after Tamaki here was shot, we brought him to the hospital and they found that his quirk genes had sustained damage. Fortunately, they seem to have healed on their own and he's back to normal now.
What do we know about the substance he was shot with?
Whatever it was didn't harm the rest of his body. Nothing but his quirk was impaired in any way. And when we analyzed the substance from the bullet, we discovered something that made me sick to my stomach. It contained human blood and cells.
Human blood?
Uh-oh.
Sounds like something out of a scary movie.
In other words, that effect came from a person, from someone's power. A quirk that can destroy quirks.
I'm not connecting the dots here. How is all this related to Hasaikai?
The man who shot Tamaki used an illegal drug to boost his quirk during his fight with Kirishima.
Their young head, Chisaki Quirk Overhaul. With this power, he can disassemble things and then reassemble them. A quirk that allows him to completely break down matter. And a bullet that can break down quirks.
Wait, what?
Chisaki has a daughter
Damn, this
named
music's
Eri.
fire, though.
There are no records or details about her birth. But when Mirio and Midoriya encountered her, they noticed there were bandages wrapped around her arms and legs.
Could he really do something so horrific?
Unfortunately, yes. In a world of superhumans, if you can dream it, you can do it.
Hold on. What are they talking about?
Once again, why do we have children in this meeting? I'll say this one time. We're wondering if this Chisaki bastard is turning his daughter's body into bullets and selling them on the black market.
No.
Oh, don't tell me.
Damn.
To be clear, we aren't certain that he's actually selling the bullets. At this point, their efficacy appears to be questionable. If the completed drug allows him to annihilate someone's quirk entirely, imagine the devastation he could cause.
Just talking about it's enough to make my blood boil. Let's go get this monster!
All right, I'm pausing for a minute because I'm a little confused and lost. So, obviously, they're saying that Overhaul's making the bullets, right? Which we kind of already knew that. But they're saying that it is compounded of human flesh and blood, which they're assuming is coming from his daughter, and he's taking her. But they're saying that the ability to take the quirk away is coming from him because his quirk Overhaul allows him to break down matter and put it back together. So, okay. I think I'm kind of getting it now because of what he said earlier about how when he got shot, he said the only thing affected was his quirk and that it broke down cells, but then the cells ended up rehealing itself. So, sorry. So they think that that's why it's Overhaul's ability or his quirk somehow that's affected or put into the bullet that is breaking down the cell, and then the cell is rehealing itself or whatnot. So I think that I'm following along with kind of how this whole thing is working. But when I'm listening to this live, this was sounded so complex, dude. And I could still be wrong. So if I am wrong, someone's gonna have to let me know if I'm a little off on what exactly they're saying, like how this bullet works. But again, this is all just a hypothesis of what their guess is how this is working. For all we know, maybe he's not using his daughter's human flesh. Maybe his daughter is the one with the quirk to do that, and he's using other human flesh and blood somewhere else. We don't know. Again, we're kind of just hypothesizing here in this meeting.
Would have saved us a lot of trouble if these two amateurs had just gotten the girl away from him.
I take full responsibility. The blame should not fall on them. Even without knowing the whole story, they acted to save the child, each in their own way. Midoriya was willing to bear the risk of taking her then, while Mirio chose to wait for another opportunity when success would be more likely.
World's greatest hero. Not even close. Save 1 million people? I couldn't even save her.
So are they discussing a plan to free her essentially or rescue her? Also, big shout out to my Patreon members. They were informing me that his name is Lemillion, like Lemillion, Lemillion, not a million. I think that's what I was saying. It was a million or million or something like that. Because I thought I heard La Million at first, and then I thought I heard a million. Then I was like, no, it's just million. But no, he informed me that it is Lemillion. So Thank you. Appreciate that. Letting me know I was off on his name.
We'll get Eri away from him next time, and we'll protect her. We'll save her. We won't let her down.
You kids want to talk big, that's fine. But if what Night Eye is saying is for real, that little girl's at the center of Hasakai's entire underground drug operation. She may have managed to get away from Overhaul for a few minutes, but she got herself seen by a couple of heroes. You think he's still gonna keep her at home after that? Hell, I know I sure wouldn't. And if we go busting into their headquarters and she's not there, they're gonna know that we're onto them. We gotta be sure of where he's hiding her.
He has a point. Do you have a plan for
Who
that,
is this
Night Eye?
hero, dude?
That's our conundrum. Since we don't
He's a
currently
realist,
know how
for
far
sure.
they've taken their plans, the success of our initial strike is crucial. To that end, we've made a thorough list of groups with connections to Hasaikai, as well as properties owned by the organization. This is our starting point. I would like you all to investigate each coordinate on this map. It is the most logical way to narrow down our targets.
So that's why you asked minor heroes like us to join you.
What do you mean?
Hey, he's
Go on,
Flock
look.
from
The
Attack on
heroes
Titan.
in this
the
room
VA.
all operate in one of those locales. We know the areas better than most.
If we show our hand and then don't end up rescuing her, then we'd just be throwing gas on a fire. Like how Stain's capture was a beacon that led criminals to seek out and join the League. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they handed out quirk-destroying weapons to those hoodlums in order to increase their recruitment.
You're thinking too dang much! If we keep sitting here yapping about it, we're never gonna get anything done!
Excuse me? I've got a question. I don't know the specifics of your quirk, Night Eye. Feel free to correct. But from what I've heard of it, your quirk foresight allows you to see into the future. So why not use it on us? That's logical, right?
I'm sorry, but I cannot. My foresight has some limitations. I need a full 24 hours between activations. That means I get one person, and then I'm spent for the rest of the day. Additionally, the future is played in my mind like a flashback. Think of it like viewing a film strip. For 1 hour, I have the power to watch a person's life as a movie. The issue is, everything I see is from a tight perspective on the person in question. My quirk should be employed only after we've confirmed the highest likelihood of success. Then it can help ensure our victory. It shouldn't be relied upon when there are still too many uncertainties.
Whoa, 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 hold up. Death is still information. If we know what's coming, we can figure out how to survive.
You don't understand. It's possible what I see is unavoidable.
Bro, that's the only excuse you have for real? Oh, hell no. Just use it on me now. I'll show you I can beat death.
No.
I can't.
Yeah, all right.
We should get started. There's a child in trouble. That's what's important here.
We must confirm the girl's location and take her into our protection as quickly as possible using the most accurate data. I'm counting on your help, all of you.
That's gotta sit so bad with Midoriya right now.
I rescued her then.
Yeah.
Even if I had to use force, at least she'd be safe.
Oh man, so that's what happened that day? So frustrating.
We know you tried, Deku.
I've never seen Mirio look so down before.
We're wondering if this Chisaki bastard is turning his daughter's body into bullets and selling them on the black market.
They both look like so upset, frustrated, but focused.
Is this a funeral or something?
Mr. Aizawa, hello, sir.
Call me a Razorhead outside of school. I was going to recommend that your work studies be suspended.
What? Why would you do that?
You were listening when he said the League of Villains is involved, right? That changes things.
We'll get Eri away from him next time, and we'll protect her!
Here's the deal. Midoriya, you still haven't proven I can trust you again. In order to regain our confidence, you'll need to obey every rule. I mean to the letter, be model students. Unfortunately, I'm positive that if I try to stop you now, you'll do something reckless and attempt to take things into your own hands.
Damn, he ain't wrong though, bro.
So I'll watch you. If you're going to see this through, you gotta do it the right way. Use your head. You hear me? Problem child?
Problem child? Bro, let's go, man. Aizawa's a real one, dude.
Please, will you try to smile?
Hey, I know what'll help you. Just remember, regretting something and getting frowny doesn't change things. You know it?
Yeah.
Just because you didn't hold on to her this time doesn't mean you didn't give Eri hope. So keep looking forward.
Right!
Mr. Aizawa!
I said I'm Eraser here.
I'm your man for the rest of my life, Eraser.
Not interested.
Sorry!
Bro, let's fucking go, man.
There you go.
Aizawa's
Yeah, I know.
go
Hey,
teacher,
Midoriya,
bro.
Next time we'll definitely save her.
Right! No matter what!
So the kid, what are your honest thoughts about him?
I think he and All Might are very similar. Especially when it comes to the madness living deep within. The one I could never understand. I see that in them both.
Bro, absolute fire of an episode, man. Like that, that ending right there, those last 5 minutes, absolutely amazing, bro. I love Aizawa so freaking much, man. He's such a GOAT teacher, bro, and he's so underrated in this show. I feel like not a lot of people, well, I guess I don't know. I don't know what the community thinks about Aizawa. So you guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments like how you feel about him. But I feel like he's not really one that I've heard much of people say like, oh, he's one of my favorite heroes. Oh, he's a top 5 hero for me. This and that. But I'm like, man, he low key kind of might have to be at least top like 8. Like thinking about it, because like he's the one consistency we've had in My Hero Academia throughout it all. He's the one teacher who's always been there since the start of UA. He's been the teacher who's there. He's the one teacher that tries to stay consistent with the rules, trying to keep the kids like safe, trying to, teach the kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like All Might is great. All Might's amazing, but All Might takes some risks, right? With the kids and such. And it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. Aizawa's dope as hell, man. But we definitely got some post-credit scenes here because we got like 3.5 minutes left. So let's jump to those and see what we got.
Yo, Eri. Relax, it's just me. I'm just checking to make sure you're doing okay in here.
Who's
What?
this dude?
You haven't touched any of your toys? After I bought them special for you. Wouldn't hurt to let your guard down a little, you know. Look happy, or I might be the one who gets killed next time, you brat. See, I'm not scary. There anything you want
pats
me
her
to
on the
bring
head.
you? No worries. If I'm in the way, I'll leave you alone.
You're going to be her new caretaker. Make sure she doesn't want to run away. Use the carrot, not the stick. Be someone she trusts and feels comfortable with.
I'm a dead man. Like I have any idea what kids like.
He's like,
maybe
"Aw,
I'll grab her
fuck."
one of those magical girl dolls.
So strange. So completely different. My entire life, no one's ever reached out to me like that before.
Whoa, I'm sorry. You took a tumble. Are you okay? Can I help you up? Her whole body's shaking, but she's not making a sound. What are you doing to this girl?
He felt so kind, so warm.
Damn.
Here's the preview.
So exactly what Aizawa said, dude. He said, hey, even though you didn't save her this time, like you didn't pull her and take her away at that moment, you might have still inspired something, or you might have still given her hope. And it looks like he did, dude, which is absolutely awesome that he's given some bit of hope to her that she can hold on to, and hoping that something will happen, someone will come for her. And that's awesome, man. That is great, and sometimes hope is our greatest weapon, man. It's the one thing that we can hold on to that keeps us going. And I'm glad that Midoriya was able to give that to her and allow her to continue to press on and believing that, hey, someone's going to come and try to save you and try to rescue you. So freaking awesome, man. Like I said, loved the last 5 minutes, man. This episode was dope as hell, bro. The next episode, I don't know what this is going to mean, but it's titled Go. Like literally capital G-O with exclamation marks. Go. That mean we're all go, man? We about to go. We about to start this fight, man. We about to get into this. I think that's what that means. But we'll find out, guys, because we'll catch you in episode 70. Deuces.